Special day. I woke up early this morning with gloom on my head. Had a big feeling to climb back in bed. Then I looked in the mirror and somebody said, wake up, wake up. It's time for you to lose the blues, and this is a very special treat. Tell it to everyone you meet. That life is all for living and love is all for giving. So this is a very special day. Tell it to everyone along the way that this is a very special day.
Very special day we do have. It is a Monday. Happy Monday. That means my partner in crime, my co-host this morning is Laura Lee. Good morning, Laura.
Good morning, Miss Becky.
Yay, happy Monday, right?
It is a happy Monday.
Yay.
Getting closer and closer to Christmas.
I know, it's so exciting. And by phone, we're so happy to have her with us. And happy Monday to Melissa Jeremiah from Hoosier Uplands. Good morning, Melissa.
Good morning.
Good girls. We are the 20th day of December.
Woo.
So for those shopping, we have 5 shopping days. For those woodcutters out there, we have 5 chopping days. So
Absolutely.
chop away or shop away. So crazy. For sure. All right, let's take our sponsors.
Absolutely. We have Walmart, Meadowview Healthcare, Salem Crossing, Hoosier Uplands, Celebrity Home Loans, Skyline Suites, Kentuckiana Cat and Court, Dr. Black's Eye Associates, Dr. Mindy Gunn, and Fox Burley Wealth Management.
Yay. Thank you to our great sponsors. All right, today is, let's see what our holidays are, girls. Today is Dot Your Eyes Day.
Ooh.
Dot your eyes. Do you ever say that saying, Melissa? Dot your I's and cross your T's?
I haven't for a long time, but I used to hear that quite a bit.
My mom always said that. Yeah. Dot your I's and cross your T's.
Absolutely.
Laura?
I still hear that with the residents. They say
they
that
say
a
that.
lot.
Love that.
Yep.
Love that.
Love it.
We need to say that today.
Mhm.
We need to put that in our
Absolutely.
vocabulary today. Games Day. What's your favorite game to play, Melissa?
Oh, goodness. I don't know. I like about any game. I like board games.
I love that. Okay, what about you, Laura?
Probably Uno.
Uno.
Me and Noah love to go to the nursing homes and play that.
Uno, I love
It is
Uno.
like competitive. They
It is a
love
classic,
it. So
Uno, yeah.
we love to go play that game.
I like euchre.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
Euchre's a
love to
good
play
one.
euchre. I've not played it in a long time, but I love that. Yeah. But I'm with you too. And board games can be fun too.
Oh yeah.
All right. Let's go caroling day, girls. Let's hit it and let's go caroling. Okay.
Ooh, I love that.
Maybe I should get somebody on another line and we can carol to them.
Absolutely.
Okay? Could you imagine we hear a click? They'd hang up on us.
Probably.
All right. Today is also Mud Day.
Ooh,
I don't know about that.
okay.
Sangria Day.
Ooh,
There we go.
that's a good one.
So get out and enjoy for sure. And today, Melissa, are you all ready for Christmas?
Yes. Well, actually, we have already kind of done Christmas.
Oh, okay.
We go to Florida usually for Christmas, and so we already do our gifts and everything in advance.
And you didn't come by and pick Laura and
I
I.
know, you forgot us.
I'm so sorry.
It's like home alone. Kevin.
Yeah.
You said Laura, Becky.
Becky.
Yeah. Next year, don't forget us, okay?
Okay.
All right, we would love that for sure. Well, good for you. That's exciting. And, that's the thing about family, and you got to do it when you can do it.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And work, and I think we've all learned that, that either, like, we have our date, but there's sometimes you have to do before or after.
Mhm.
All right, Laura, have you done, what about you?
We haven't done ours yet. We always do. My mom's is Christmas Eve, and then my mother and father-in-law's, they do Christmas afternoon. So yeah, we kind of always make it work. And
Love that.
it's kind of, we're getting down to the wire on how many years we have left because the older two are 17. So we're like, it may change before
That makes a big
long.
difference, doesn't it, Melissa, when they start getting older? Yeah. for sure.
It does.
Yeah. All right. Well, talking about Laura getting all of her stuff together and Melissa rushing to or going to Florida and around here, I'm like that too, just running around here. So the one thing that we forget to do is sometimes, and I think Melissa, we're going to talk about this, taking care of ourselves, and it's not selfish to do that.
Yes, that I had recently went to a conference. Well, it was a virtual conference. That one of the things that they were talking about is like during this day and age with all the especially with the 24-hour news that people have coming at them from all directions, that a lot of people are developing what they're calling secondary PTSD. Or compassion fatigue is another thing that they're calling it.
Oh, I've not heard of this.
And they say that the symptoms of it are people start to have lack of emotion. If they hear news or if they, if they're bombarded with negative type things all the time, eventually it's kind of it dulls their emotions. And they don't have as much compassion as what they used to. Sometimes they feel helpless. They can be irritable. They could even have flashbacks of things that they've seen and experienced. And they have the loss of an ability to share feelings of other people. So, it's kind of their senses become dulled, and it's they don't, not that they don't, I mean, they'll hear things that are horrible type situations and things that normally would have, made them sad or something, but they just kind of take it in and no longer have an emotion that they associate with it.
That is a lot. But, okay, so did they say why? I mean, or do they have any reasonings of why we're like this? Because I kind of have my I want to tell you what I think, kind of.
Okay. You want to tell me what you think?
Yeah, I think, and I have said this before, okay, and I didn't know the diagnosis, and I sure didn't know those, what you were calling it, okay, so, and I'm not I don't even play a doctor on TV, so, okay, what I feel, though, I feel like everybody's so rushed, we live in such a rushed time that we don't allow things to sink in, and we don't allow that time for our bodies to grieve, and we know that we should because that is part of our body and part of our process. And I feel just like watching a movie years ago, some of the things that they put in movies it's not even a shock anymore. We just see it and we go on because it's not a shock, because there's so much that we have actually been introduced to, and so that shock factor is not even necessarily there. And I feel and then going back to the grieving, I feel we are everybody's busy and everybody just goes on, and I think sometimes we have that tendency, and it's not always right, and it's not fair, and it's sometimes family members are still hurting and still going through the possibly after, I always think after the funeral's the hardest part, because that's when you got to figure out how to figure your life out. And I feel that's when you, and I feel that you're not necessarily ready to go on, but societies make you go on. It makes you where you have to go on and do, and you're not necessarily done on the healing, the hurting process.
No, I think I definitely agree that can be an issue, as I agree with that.
Yeah. And you kind of go back to the airline, and I know we say that all the time, but remember it talks about putting your oxygen mask on you first, and then you're able to help others with that. And if you take care of yourself and do that, then you're able to help others. You're gonna take that more.
I was just thinking about the whole past 2 years basically with COVID. It seems to have really emotionally, took its toll, and I think we react even less than we did prior to that because of all of the surprises and the shock and everything. was threw at us, and we didn't know which direction to go. And I think everybody's just kind of like, oh, a new variant. Okay, we'll just do it. There's no, oh my God, what are we going to do?
Right. Do you think it's too that we go into this mode, this, if you will, the numb mode or whatever, because we don't know how else to cope with it, and that is almost like a protection that we put over it to protect ourselves and to get through it and to survive, a survival mode, if you will.
I definitely believe that, because I feel like that our bodies will kind of try to shut down, things that are going to cause us harm.
I think that's good. So what did they? What were they called again? What was this called again?
It is called secondary PTSD, and it's also called compassion fatigue.
And compassion, would that be like where you, I guess, would be giving so much to others that you're not taking care of yourself, right? That's kind of the...
Correct.
Okay.
And one of the things about compassion fatigue, which I hadn't really thought about until I went to this conference, was they said that, like, when we're little, like, it's kind of ironic that you brought up part of the things that I was going to say is I said it's like the speech you get on the airplane, put your oxygen on before putting the oxygen on your neighbor in the event of a loss of cabin pressure. So, I mean, so that is, part of what you have to do is you have to learn to care for yourself, or you won't be able to care for other people. That, like, when we were children, we were taught from a very young age, put others first. Like, it's like that was ingrained in us from, like, our parents and grandparents. They always told us, to put other people first. I mean, I'm sure that you guys were probably all told that when you were little.
Absolutely.
And so this leads to a person feeling guilty if they don't put other people first. So then the guilt makes it uncomfortable to let others clearly know where your personal boundaries are.
Right.
You can't set limits with other people, then you're going to give and give and give and never say no. And you completely let down any personal boundaries that you have. And then those feelings of responsibility then lead to control issues. And that's when, you get to a point where you're like, no one else can do this. If I don't do it, it's never going to work out. And then you're that's like the end of your rope. And then that's where you will start, then eventually you'll just shut down.
Exactly. Yeah.
It takes a long time to get to that point. It's like you've gave and gave and gave and gave and gave, and then you won't let anybody else help, and then eventually your body just says, we can't do this no more.
Yeah, we're done. We're out. We're done. Well, and I think that's good, and I think that's something too that probably our children and letting them know that you do have to take care of yourself, and I think that's I think a lot of I do think, okay, on the flip side, the positive, if you will, if there was, you have to always try to find, I always look for positives in everything. And from the takeaway, I guess, from what we've had with the COVID or the time, I think we have learned somewhat about self-help. Self-help is what I'm trying to say, help. Is it like taking care of ourselves, maybe getting more rest if you can, maybe taking those walks, taking that time to visit, or, maybe, calling that friend that you haven't talked in a while. I think these are things that we did try to do. I just think we have to make them almost a habit or make it a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle change.
Yes, it definitely is. And one other thing that they said that kind of hit me is that you need to be present in the moment. That don't accumulate other people's moments and take on their suffering.
Well, we talk about that. We stay where your feet are. Yeah. So that's good. So what are some of the other tips that they said? Because this is good for the holiday season, and I think that, and I don't want to put it all on I know we're not, I know there's men that do wonderful, great things and have a lot going on, but I think sometimes, and I know Laura and I know Melissa and I know a lot of times we're the ones that kind of just put the Christmas all together and everything. And I think there's so many, I don't want to say just moms because, I mean, is that fair to say?
Yeah,
I mean, men do it too. I mean, there are men, but there are some men that are surprised at some of the, things.
They're just as surprised as the kids on Christmas morning.
Yeah, and there's a Facebook that we saw that funny Facebook thing post. But anyway, so I think that sometimes this is really a good eye opener and a good reminder. Sometimes we need to be reminded because, this is the Monday before Christmas, and this is where everybody starts thinking, oh my goodness, did I do this? I did that. And some of this stuff can be let go. It doesn't have to be done.
Right.
And so what were some of the other tips, they said, like, for to do?
One of the things is to focus on solutions and not problems. So if there are other people that you're helping out and having to do things for, you need to come up with ways to solve some of their, to give them solutions for them to do these things on their own instead of you always having to be that person that has to do everything for everybody. You give them a solution.
Love that. Well, and also delegating. Ooh, and and letting others,
For some though, like myself included, it's hard to let go.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to ask for help and to actually let someone else do it because I'm in my mind cringing thinking, oh my lands, that's not going to get done the way that I think it's supposed to get done. It always gets done, but it's not my way. It's hard to let that go, I think.
And then another thing is to remember that you can't fix everything or everyone.
That's true. That is exactly right. Yeah.
And like Becky said, to look for the silver lining. That's one of the things that they, say because, usually in every situation, like you were saying, there's good somewhere, and so we need to focus on the good instead of focusing on the negative.
I agree.
And we need to focus on what we can control and what brings us peace and joy. And so the things that can be is listening to music. I know sometimes, if you're having a bad day and you turn on the radio, and hear, music, it just kind of helps to clear your mind and you can sing along with the music and kind of let some of those negative feelings and thoughts go away.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
You can dance, in your house, if you're, cleaning the house, trying to get ready and, turn on, some music and dance, you can play a game. Some people, like to just be set and quiet. Maybe you want to just grab a cup of coffee and go sit out on the porch and just be at peace, just watch nature, watch, what's going on in your neighborhood or whatever. Or like you said, take a walk, watch a sunset, talk with friends, and by that it means talk with the friends that are going to keep you up. Don't always go to that friend that, whenever you go to her, you're going to feel like it's the end of the world. I mean, we all have people in our lives that are like that. It's like you can feel good when you walk in that room and, it's like, I can't think of exactly how the saying goes, but there's some people that brighten, I think it's some people brighten up a room when they come in the room and some people brighten it when they leave.
Oh.
And, we have some people here at work, where like, I just, it brings me joy whenever whenever I see them in the mornings or whenever, if they come to my office for something, because it's like they, you can, kind of be having a down moment and like they leave you better than when they came. I mean, and, that look out, seek out those people because we all know those people.
Exactly. Yeah, for sure.
And just, pretty much anything that makes you happy, look for time to do those things. It could be drawing, exercising, gardening, yoga, sports, journaling. Reading a book, playing a musical instrument, cooking, playing with your pets, painting. Anything. Anything that makes you feel good, you should try to do that on a daily basis because you deserve that. And if you are not able to take care of yourself, you are not going to be able to take care of other people and do it with the amount of gusto that you should be doing it with.
Right. Well, it's good reminders, and I have good food for thought. And I hope, this is a thing, what we're talking about this morning. I hope it's received well. I hope someone's listening and that they're receiving that and realizing that it is something that, you have to do and find, whether it's, like you said, and, and like with the Christmas music, that's what I felt like on our station. That's why I wanted, like, as soon as Thanksgiving, I love Thanksgiving. I wanted to give Thanksgiving it's time. But as soon as that was over, I wanted to get right into the Christmas music because Christmas music makes me happy. Mm-hmm. And I think that's something, or watching Christmas movies, or spending time with someone, picking up the phone and starting off your morning talking, or, whatever the situation, you have to find where your happiness is on that, and not to get caught up and overwhelmed. And I think this is good food for thought. And I'm sure there's people out there, several maybe, that need to hear this morning.
And I think that I left the number one thing, I think, for last, and that is to be compassionate for yourself. Most of us, will cut other people a break, and we'll be like, that we are I feel like that we're a lot of us are very hard on ourselves. And so we need to learn to show compassion for us.
And I think you're totally right. Yeah. And I think sometimes that we get into that where you think it's got to be just right and just perfect, and kind of what Laura was talking about, letting someone else do it. And what I've tried to remember is they're not going to do it the same way you do it, but it's getting done, and it will be done okay. And it might learn something. I know, like on task, a lot of times I just do it. But if I give it to someone else and they do it different, sometimes it's better than what I was doing. Mm-hmm.
That's true. So I know that for a lot of us, that's hard. I'm definitely one of those people, but it's like it's hard for me to turn stuff over. But it's you're right. A lot of times you see other people thrive, and you see other people's gifts that you had no idea that they had because they've been doing it all.
Exactly. Yeah, I think you're 100% right on that. So these are good, and of course, this time of year, we get into a lot of emotions, highs, lows, and all of that. And maybe we do a lot of reflecting, thinking about coming up on the new year. And, and I think these are good. And it's not going to happen overnight. That's what we have to remind everybody too. And so today you didn't do it, but keep working on it and try to make that your goal to keep taking care of yourself. And whether it's, 5 minutes of prayer or 10 minutes of prayer in the morning, or maybe coffee, or whatever to, to hit the ground running and take care of yourself,
Yeah. I think that we just all need to hear that. And I think we all need to look out for ourselves just like we would look out for other people.
I think that's right. And allow ourselves to make mistakes, because, you have to kind of laugh, at some of your stuff, I know mine, I do. There's quite a few mistakes that I make today. Thank goodness I was not taking count or keeping count. So that's part of it. But you have to, find the positives and keep focusing on that. And this was the big one that I 2 years ago said, and I still continue. Look at what we do have instead of what we don't have.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And stay in the moment. And that's something that, that I hope everyone does this year. I think Hoosier Uplands, you guys are rock stars and good reminders. I love that you're having these meetings and that they're, making sure that they're timely and that they're, during the holidays, making sure that, self-help and taking care of yourself is so important.
Yes, I feel definitely blessed to work somewhere that they take it important. They really look at things as being important if it's going to help us as employees.
Right. And I tried to do like a spa day at and I'm talking about I make it happen. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking whether you have the foot bath, or if you have a pan, not necessarily the one you use for your roast, but
oh no,
if you have something, a bucket or whatever, that you can put some water.
Laura, no roast if Becky brings roast.
Yeah, no, I was thinking of the meme.
I have pans, you guys.
One lady.
No, I would not do that.
Feet in crock pots.
Yeah,
there was
do
a
not.
meme on Facebook, and I thought,
Oh, can you imagine? No,
never
no.
think of crock pots the same
Say
way.
no. Now I had not thought. Yeah, that's a little bit. No, they have little buckets
Foot baths
that you can put your feet in, and they even have, if you get the kind you get a little fancy, they have some that bubble. You know what I mean? And you can put some foot soak. You know what I mean? And just doing that, and then lotioning and maybe conditioning your hair. I mean, see, I love all of this stuff, and of course, having a house with girls and stuff. We love spa days at home, and you do that kind of stuff, or just even lotioning, your hands and stuff, and or getting like those little hand masks. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff that you can do that are not very expensive, and just a little pampering yourself, or when you're in a robe and a facial, doing something at home. There's all kinds of good stuff to do, and this time of year is a great time to do that, and just slow down and take a little bit of time for yourself.
Yep.
And they make those wonderful, wonderful chocolate bombs that you put in, milk, and you can have some hot chocolate and spa day, and I don't know why you'd ever want to leave. You talk about self-help. Talk about a good mood, right? That's for sure. Well, and whatever, and there's all kinds of little things. Or watching a good movie, watching a Christmas movie. And do you watch Christmas movies, Melissa?
I love to watch Christmas movies.
Yeah. And I know Laura does too. Yeah,
absolutely.
And I try to get them all watched before Christmas.
I'm behind on my list.
Are you? See, I was
Yes.
like, no, I'm on it this year. I'm really doing good. I am. Every time I get a second, absolutely. Yeah. And so I love to watch Christmas music or movies, and I love to listen to the music. I love everything about it. And driving around too is very relaxing too. And that's something that we've learned is very safe to do. Load the family up. Make some maybe homemade hot chocolate or whatever, and go around, drive around, look at them, because we got a lot of houses that have absolutely gone all out.
I know of Maddie, my little granddaughter. Whenever she was little, she's a teenager now. So
that's crazy to think. I didn't realize she was
that teenager age. But whenever she was little, she used to would like to watch, to see the lights, like on the way from Indy to our house. And she'd be like, okay, let's see if you can find the purple lights first. And then, we would drive until, somebody found purple lights. And then she'd be like, okay, next we need to find one that has green and blue. Or, and she would make a game out of it. She loved that at the holidays.
Right. Oh, that's cute. That's cute.
Awesome.
That's a cute car ride idea.
Or like who find a house that has Santa Claus, or find, kind of like a little bingo type thing. But we would just make them up. It's like she would name one, and then I would make it something.
That's cute. That's very cute. Well, there's some good ideas, and definitely, good food for thought. And I hope that, we want that, and, it is, Christmas means so many different things to so many different people. But, but sometimes we need to, stop and smell the roses, so to speak. And good reminders. This is a good Monday reminder that this week is probably going to be busy for a lot of people, and it's just a good time to make sure you do take care of yourself. And also eating healthy, that's something, and we know that there's some good stuff, cookies.
Absolutely.
And gingerbread houses, fudge,
yes.
and all that. Laura made gingerbread houses yesterday with her boys.
We had a good time.
That sounds fun.
Yeah. I think one of the dogs got one of them.
She got both of them.
She got both of them. But they were pretty for a photo, I guess. Did you get a photo?
I photo,
I'll have to
and
go back to you.
we went to watch TV, and she ate the gingerbread houses.
So that's how good they were.
Yeah, she loved them. She had
That's a
icing
huge
all over.
compliment. Yeah. Well, and those are great things to do, but also, and everybody just needs to try to remind everybody to take care of themselves, and also if they're not listening, call a friend and tell them, and check in on friends, right? People.
Yes, that's very important.
Well, Melissa, so glad that we had you this morning, and thank you so much for those great tips. And I think, did we get them all?
Yep, we did.
I love that. Love it. Good reminders, good food for thought, a great way to start off our Monday morning. And hopefully that people will, and it's something too that if you don't do it today, just try to keep working on it. You know what I mean? You might not get it done today. You might today have a lot going on and not realizing that you need to take some self-care, but try to work on it tomorrow, or try to schedule it in, right?
Right.
Definitely. So Hoosier Uplands, let's remind everybody too, all the great services that you provide, because you guys do so much, of course, from the housing to the hospice and
Our phone number is 1-800-827-2219, and if that's the number where you can call and they can put you through to any of our services that you're in need of. We have home health and hospice, which is what I'm over. We do Head Start. We have apartments. We do Section 8 housing, weatherization, energy assistance. I'm going to forget somebody. I know I will.
Well, don't forget the Serenity Now. I love that.
And we also have an opera house over here in Mitchell that they do shows at on the weekends. So, I mean, we do just all kinds of things. Pretty much anywhere that the community, that a need exists, David tries to find a way to get a grant or a way to pay for something so that he can help the communities that we serve. So we kind of do all kinds of things, just depending on what the community needs.
Right. And that's something too. And, and Melissa, talk the talk, you guys are givers. Hoosier Uplands, you do so much for the community, and we are so blessed. And I say this all the time, but so blessed that we have Hoosier Uplands in our community and all that you guys do and everything. And that's something, and that's, you guys are all givers. And remember, I hope you guys take care of yourselves too.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I'm going to be doing next month in our employee newsletter is doing an in-service on what I just went over here today on the radio, because I think that, all the staff here at Hoosier Uplands also need to know that they need to look out for them in order to help other people.
I agree. Absolutely. Very good. Very good. Melissa, have a Merry Christmas, and pray for everybody, your family and everybody, and ready getting into the new year and everything.
Well, thank you. And you and Laura and both of your families have a very Merry Christmas, and keep the gingerbread houses away from your dog.
That's a whole nother program.
Absolutely.
Whole nother program.
That's good.
And Melissa, just what is your favorite Christmas movie?
Oh goodness, I would say that, like, on a funny side, I like Elf.
Oh yeah, you can't go wrong with that. Yeah.
And I like White Christmas.
Yeah, I do too.
So I kind of I like all Christmas movies.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, that's me too. Yeah. Well, Merry Christmas again, and thank you for calling in, and take care of yourself, Melissa.
Merry
All right.
Christmas.
Thank you, guys.
Right.
Have a good day.
All right, you too, honey. Bye-bye. All right, good food for thought. Laura, what she was talking about, taking care of yourself, and I think that goes right into you too, because and everybody at Salem Crossing and Meadowview, because everybody's givers and taking care of so many.
Absolutely.
And you guys, and they do it. I mean, they just do it.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's just like breathing air. They just take care of people. And sometimes your people too, and everybody in both buildings need to remember that they need to be taken care, or some taking care too.
Absolutely. And part of my job with the admissions on the respites that we do at both buildings, and some of the families that, they feel guilty because they should have mom or dad or, their loved one at home with them. And, I don't know if I can leave them for a week. And, when they come back after they've put their loved one in for a respite, and they're always, just thanking us for taking good care of them and giving them that break, to get, a visit in with their child that doesn't live, here in Salem or whatever the reason may be, their work trip or whatever. It just makes us feel good to be able to give them that, even few days just to
Absolutely.
do what they need to do and know that their loved one is still being cared for. So that's kind of what it made me think of. That's kind of where we step in for the families.
Yeah.
So.
And it's such a blessing because I hope that maybe for somebody that didn't realize that you have that respite, you have that available.
Absolutely.
And for a family member that wants to travel or go see something, or maybe wants to clean their house or go Christmas shopping. And this is such a blessing. And everyone that I have known that has done this, it's just been overjoyed.
Absolutely.
And we'll do it again. You know what I mean? And what a blessing that we have that service here in our community.
Absolutely. Yeah. People, families call all the time, and, some of them, they do a summer vacation every year. Some of them, will do a respite the week before Christmas. That way they get everything done and they're ready. And then, their loved one comes back home for the holidays.
Yeah.
Some of them we do in between Christmas and New Year's, just so they can relax, after the busy Christmas season. It just depends. We work it around and we always make it work. But yeah, they're something I never knew about, before I went into work in long-term care, and they're very beneficial.
It's a great time. Very good, very good. And I love that for sure. Absolutely. Speaking of that, I want to go back, Laura. I'm going to switch gears just for a second. We had Shop at the Cop Saturday.
Oh
my goodness.
It just warmed my heart.
You could just cry. Yes, you could just cry. Everybody involved. And, that is you have to be very organized.
Absolutely.
And for them to, like, when we got there, like, they had, like, names and stuff for us. And, I mean, that's a lot of behind the scenes that go on.
Absolutely.
And then all the fundraisers. And here's the wonderful thing about our Shop at the Cop. At any given time you want to donate, you can donate.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And so we've done Shop at the Cop, but they will all the way up until Christmas be helping children.
Absolutely.
But also that it puts seeds for next year. So it's always, so like, for some reason, if you want to give, then you can always give. That's always open to give, that they can put and for rest of the seeds. And in majority, what you kind of do is you see the needs, maybe like shoes, socks, maybe underwear, or whatever, and then like one toy. You know what I'm saying? And so there's so many great needs that are met.
A lot of them get coats and things.
Wonderful. Yeah, I would say coats. You're right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. And our Walmart did such a great job. They get extra so that they have a good supply. Like, they know the date. They know when they're, going to be abundance of all this stuff ready to go. And it was just wonderful. And this was good stuff.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy, so blessed. And what a blessing for
our community. I know we're small. I know we're country, as people say, but I have grew up here and I wouldn't want to go anywhere else. You don't, I never go anywhere that I don't see someone I know. And, I truly feel if I needed something, our community would pull through.
Oh,
anyone in this community.
I agree.
I truly feel they would.
100%. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I have to agree. I think So we saw that in action, and hats off to everybody involved. It was, and when you see it all, you bring tears to your eyes.
Absolutely.
For sure. Definitely. A wow factor for sure. And then Sunday they did the Cram the Cruiser.
I went and
groceries.
Took a bunch to that.
Yeah.
See Chase and Brandon.
Yes.
And
Chase was on the case.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
I love it too. So
the vehicle was was getting full.
Yes, love that.
Yeah,
That's a good
it
problem to
was
have for
awesome.
sure. Yeah. Then of course we also had the holiday tourney.
Yes.
Eastern Musketeers.
Yeah.
One for all, one. Wait.
All for one,
One for all. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, which I totally love that. Anyway, they took the victory, and it was a really good time for sure. And holiday tourney is always a favorite for sure. Let's see here. Also, and this was great. I have a son-in-law that loves Notre Dame, but we're more IU.
Absolutely.
And IU beat Notre Dame,
Yes.
64-56. And so in our group messages, of course, there was Notre Dame stuff being shown, and of course then IU socks and stuff were being shown. It was really funny. So IU took the victory. So we'll have a good Christmas.
Absolutely. That's awesome.
Bragging rights at Christmas. Yeah. Anyway, Purdue's doing really good. They beat Butler on Saturday, 77-48. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. IU plays Northern Kentucky on Wednesday night at 7, with pregame on the air at 6. Purdue hosts the Cardinals tonight at 7 p.m. with pregame at 6. And I do believe, let's see here, what else we got going on? On tonight we said the Purdue. Tomorrow night, Eastern boys will be at New Washington at 7:30. West Washington Lady Senators will be playing Springs Valley at 7:30. Wednesday night, Salem Lady Lions will be New Albany at 7:30. IU basketball, we just said that, Northern Kentucky at 7. Thursday, Eastern Lady Musketeers at Columbus East. Friday, which is Christmas Eve, nothing. Then our athletic department, our athletic director.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And, it's funny because, and I know I say this, and I hope this didn't come back to get me, but, whenever there's a game on Valentine's Day, you can always tell that was a male athletic director.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's our joke, really saying that as a male athletic director. But anyway, so the athletic directors they're very good this year. Very happy. No game on Christmas Eve, Friday, or Saturday, Christmas. Yay! But back at it on Sunday, West Washington Lady Senators will be at Shoals at 7:30. I know. Monday, everybody's off again. And Tuesday, Salem Lions boys will be at Mount Vernon. And Salem Lions boys will be at Evansville, and Eastern boys, I'm not for sure. I have to find out for sure. And West Washington boys will be playing at Clay City Tournament. Eastern Lady Musketeers will be playing Evansville. So there we go. Excitement. Yay.
Shoot.
Back
With
at
2
it.
days off.
That's exactly right. But remember, we're supposed to take care of ourselves in between that, okay?
Absolutely.
So while you're listening to the games on the radio, have your feet not in a crock pot, in a foot bath. They make those really cute foot baths.
Yeah.
Poop baths.
Poop baths.
Poop baths. Poop bath. Yeah. And you get a little bit of that, like Epsom salt stuff, and they have flavored lavender and all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
Absolutely.
You don't want to get out of it, you know what I mean? And I have the trouble because sometimes, now they have ones that have heated water.
Oh, yeah.
But mine does not have the heated water. But anyway, they have those heated water, but it's because my water always goes cold.
Yeah.
So I always have that degree of difficulty. So, but, it's time to get out anyway. You're wrinkled.
Absolutely.
It's time to get out of the water, right?
I'm generally screaming at the dogs. Don't drink that.
Oh, yeah. If the dog will drink those. Yeah.
Every time.
I tell you what, and you've got a really special Christmas gift. You're going to be getting. Are you going to announce it now? Or are you going to wait till?
Sure. My husband actually got me a little Frenchie.
You might be a brat. I think you're a brat. Yeah, I think
so,
you're just completely spoiled.
Yeah, a little girl one.
Oh,
She's tan and super duper cute. I can't wait to get her.
I know. What a wonderful. That's like the ultimate Christmas gift.
Absolutely. He knows the way to my heart.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, no doubt. Well, it's wonderful. Yeah.
So yes, we have 3 spoiled rotten pups at home, and we're gonna add
She'll fit in wonderful.
a little.
That's gonna be your pick of the litter. You know she's gonna be rotten.
Oh, absolutely.
And she probably, like, when I try to pet her, she probably won't want me. She won't you. You only. You're not my mom. You are not my mom. You're not my mom.
I'm sure she's gonna be spoiled rotten.
Yeah, I think she will be.
I've already been ordering cute little
Why does that not surprise me?
headbands and jackets and
Bedding.
a little bed and
Yeah, that's awesome.
yeah,
Good
I
for
can't
you.
wait.
I love that. Good for you. She's gonna be a doll.
Absolutely. She'll have to join us on radio.
Oh, I love that. Absolutely. She probably will bark at me. She probably won't want me because
you
now,
never know.
usually dogs do like me, but she'll be so into you that she.
Yeah,
Maybe
we'll
if I get her
see.
introduced, maybe she'll like me
Yeah.
a little, but tolerate me. Maybe she'll tolerate me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
So,
she'll tolerate me
we'll
for sure. I like that. Well, I do want to say that we're going to be having Christmas music. Keep listening for your background music, your parties, or whatever you're doing. Just turn on the radio, and like Melissa said, the music, it does make a big difference.
Absolutely. It does
You know?
brighten your spirits. I
Yeah.
think.
Sometimes you start dancing, rocking around the Christmas tree. How can you not? And I do want to say, Marlon Robinson, I want to give him credit. He finally cleared this up. Okay, for years, bells on bobtail ring.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So actually, years ago, on one of my trivia, I used to do trivia every Saturday morning. Okay, and it was, what was the horse's name? Okay, now hang on. So this was from somebody else. Okay, this was I'm talking like somebody really credible. It wasn't an individual. I'm talking about like a source.
Yeah.
A credible source. I don't remember where I got it at, but they said his name was Bob. Bells on Bob's tail ring. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Marlon was like, no. Okay, he said, we got a mess here. We have to clean this mess up because it's not. It's meaning it's a bob-tailed horse. It's the horse's name's not Bob.
Mm-mm.
See, I was completely down the wrong path here. I thought the horse's name was Bob. It's a bob-tailed horse.
Mm-hmm.
So the horse it's describing the horse, not the horse's name.
Okay.
So Marlon came running up to me. He's like, "We got to get this mess cleaned up. We
So
got to get."
what is the horse's name?
We don't know.
We still
That's
don't know.
a mystery. That's one of those
Okay.
that it's like one of those wonders of the world that we'll never know.
Never know.
No,
Okay.
no. So we don't know the horse's name, but the horse's. I feel like I need to tell this to everybody because I have told wrong. I stand to be corrected. Okay, I have gave false information out there, fake news.
Who
I gave fake
though?
news out there because I did not realize but when you read it and you look at it, it's actually describing the horse. It's a bob-tailed horse. So whether the horse I don't know of a breed that's a bobtail, but I'm sure there maybe is, or maybe they just cut the tail off. I don't know, but it's a bobtail. So there we go. You know how the bobtail cats? They might have a bobtail horse. I don't know. I'm not familiar with that. You know what I mean?
Okay, so me and Google.
There we go. Google it, Laura. Let's hear it.
Bells on bobtail ring,
Yeah.
meaning this generally means the horse's tail is folded up and tied like an old lady's bun, sort of,
Oh my gosh, I got a bun going
To
on.
make it
I'm
look
trying to bobtail over here.
shorter.
Look, I'm bobtail.
and get it out of the way. If
Love
you
that.
put bells on the horse's bobtail, they will ring as the horse moves.
Oh.
So technically, it wasn't a bobtail.
It was folded up in a bun. It was a bun tail.
Yes, it was a bun tail.
It was a bun
It's
tail.
getting deeper, Becky.
So actually,
So
we
you
could
have bobtail.
demonstrate. I have a bun today,
Yes.
so we could put some bells on it.
Bells.
And if I run around here, we could have some buns on bobtail.
Yes.
So actually, that's exactly yes. And I have seen that done before, where they've taken the tail and they put it up underneath, make like a really cute little bun. But I did not put the bells on it. So there we go. Now we know. Now we can sleep tonight, Laura. This is like news. This is like, I feel like, please, everyone who hears this information, share it with everyone. It needs to go. This needs to be copied and scattered. Okay. Everyone needs to know. Are you reading on more?
I am.
What else does it say? Read it to us, Laura.
Okay. Bells on bobtail from Jingle Bells. This
Yeah.
is sometimes misheard as bells on Bob's tail
Bingo.
or
Bingo.
bells on bobtail, as if Bob or Bobtail is the name of the horse. But bobtail actually refers to the style of the horse's tail. A tail cut short or a tail gathered up and tied in a knot, which you sometimes see in dressage events these days.
Yes. See, now we can sleep tonight.
It still doesn't tell us the name, though.
No, we're not going to know the name because the name is not actually, you know what I
Someone
mean?
needs to tell us the name.
We're looking for the name. That's right. We've searched long, hard, and far and wide. We've gone trying to find the name of this horse. We don't know the name of the horse, but I do want to thank Marlon for clearing that up, because he was like, "We have a mess here. We got to get this
Yeah.
yeah."
I mean,
And I do not want to give false information. I want to make sure that I'm accurate. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I just want to make sure that's cleared up really, really quick. Well, Laura, and I guess we're our countdown, and of course, I do want to remind everybody that as far as Salem Crossing and Meadowview, should we're getting down to, to Christmas. Should anyone need respite, or someone wants to come and just find out more about the facilities?
Absolutely. Give me a call. You can call my cell, 812-620-9664, or call either facility and they will get you in touch with me. We do respite 24/7. So
Right.
as long as we have a bed, we will make it happen for you.
Right. And we talk about that, and I know you work really well with Salem Crossing, Meadowview, and of course Skyline Suites.
Absolutely.
Everybody works together, because I love that, and what a great community we have because of that. But that's something that a lot of times people are a little bit like Melissa talked about the self, and Hoosier Uplands joined right in with them. The self-care. A lot of times the caretaker can do so much and have so much on their plate that it's hard to do this. And that's where Skyline Suites, Salem Crossing, or Meadowview come into play to help out.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And those are good reminders. Yeah. And of course, in my best airline voice, I don't know why, for some reason I want to be an airline steward just for like a day or two, a couple days. Don't want to do it forever, but just for a few times. But should the cabin lose pressure, oxygen mask will drop from the overhead area. Please place the mask over your own mouth and nose before assisting others. I have the hose spill. I have the hose. Yeah, I can do the hose spill. I do the hands and everything. Yeah. Thank you for flying.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think if they need a sub, I don't really want to do it. But
once in a
just a little bit of a sub one, So
especially if it's going to like Paris.
Yeah, if it's going somewhere nice. Yes.
Absolutely.
We could do that.
You should do that,
Yeah.
Vicky.
Do you want soft drink, tea, water,
Absolutely.
apple juice?
Biscotti cookies.
Cookies.
Or
Or
would
do you
you
want
like
pretzels? You want pretzels or cookies? You know what I mean? That's all.
We could totally
Yes.
do it.
And then please keep your mask up. Please keep your mask
Keep your
up.
mask up.
We've got this down. We can do
Absolutely.
it.
We can do it in a
Yes.
heartbeat.
Yes. So fasten your seatbelts. Yes.
Oh yeah. That is not going to work as carry-on baggage.
No,
It
that's
is too
right. That's
large.
right. That's right.
Make
No,
them stop.
we're going to measure that really quick here to make sure that that's not going to. Nope. That's too big. That's too big. That's the way. When you go somewhere, it's like your luggage. It's like stuff it in. Yeah. I literally have been places, and I learned this. I do want to say my mom taught me well.
Okay.
I've learned you sit on your luggage. You know what I mean? You know how
Absolutely.
You know how
roll clothes rather than fold them.
bingo. And then you can tuck also clothing in your shoes. Tuck the shirts and the underwear or whatever in your socks and your shoes.
Or just buy a bigger purse.
There you go.
Just
love
saying.
that. Love that idea. Yeah. Right. Well, it's funny because remember the commercials years ago? They don't do them anymore. Where they had the gorillas jumping on it. Well, that's what we would be like. We were like that to get it to close.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because you never know what you're gonna need.
No.
And it's like you try to pack, and
Yeah, and me and my sister went to Vegas.
Oh,
and
yeah,
we found
yeah.
all the outlets, so of course we had to shop, and then we're like, oh my goodness, what are we gonna do? This is not gonna work.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So you had to.
we had to go buy new suitcases. Pulling a suitcase down the strip.
Now,
to Vegas.
so when Jeremy picked you up, or when he saw you, did he notice that there was a new suitcase?
Oh yeah, he was like, where did that come from?
I
Oh
love
my
that.
God.
I love that. I love
That's
that.
a whole story in itself.
Oh, now that's the fun thing, because I loved it first.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because I'm sure he's thinking, what? He
Oh,
did
yeah.
what?
Oh, yeah.
Laura,
An extra suitcase.
that's hilarious.
It's fine.
That's great. That's good. That is good. I love that. Love that. Well, good food for thought for sure. Well, happy Monday, everyone. Looks like we have some sunshine. I had also said, and which I tell somewhere in some forecast that possibly we're gonna have that white Christmas. I don't think we are.
I think
Looks
it's gonna be warm.
warm and rainy, but works out better for me because remember I planned some outdoor activities.
Absolutely.
So I'm gonna be okay on that. Although the true heart, I did want a white Christmas.
Me too.
What
Me
about?
too.
But-
But you know,
But we are, you know, I mean, at least we can do some outdoor activities.
looks like it's gonna be a really cold January.
Yeah, there we go. And sledding, you know, that's some good
Absolutely.
sledding to get in, which I, you know, we love to do that. Some sledding, and
Absolutely.
that's something that's high on our top priority. We had a ball last year, so much sledding.
Oh, it was
You know,
awesome.
We had some of
Every
those
day.
bumps, you know, when you go popped up in the air. The thing, when you're up in the air, it's all good, but you know what's going to happen. And you
Oh,
know,
yeah.
I mean, gravity's coming.
Absolutely.
When you hit your bottom, sometimes it hurts, really. You know, I mean, you don't have enough. You got to put on those layers.
Yeah.
Be
And
prepared.
once my layers start getting wet, I'm like,
Oh,
done.
that is, I know. Or your
Done.
feet. That was the
Done.
thing. I couldn't keep my
Yes.
feet. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Once your feet in your head, this would be up to like, oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
But anyway, those are fun times ahead. Yay! We're looking forward to that for sure.
Excited.
Laura, thanks for coming and hanging out with me on this
Thanks for
wonderful
having
Monday.
me. And
Okay.
I'll thank our sponsors. We had
All right.
Walmart, Meadowview Healthcare, Salem Crossing, Hoosier Uplands, Celebrity Home Loans, Skyline Suites, Kentucky Anna Cat and Court, Dr. Black's Eye Associates, Dr. Mindy Gunn, and Fox Purley Wealth Management.
All right. Happy Monday, everyone.
Happy Monday.
See Celebrity Home Loans in Salem, where everyone gets treated like a star. Come experience the star treatment with us. You'll never go back to the ordinary home loan experience again. Stop in today and see Dennis Baxter, branch manager of the Salem office, to start working on a new home loan or refinancing today. They've served nearly 50,000 families with over $15 billion in loans. Stop in and see Dennis and his staff. They're ready to work with you today.